Next move is called a hands to knee boop, and it looks like this. And all you're doing is your baton arm is doing a circle all the way through, and your non-baton arm is following it. So you're going circle, circle, boop. And you're going to the right. So your non-baton arm follows your baton arm as you're doing a circle. So you're going 1, 2, 3, and you're going to meet onto the right side of your body. And you're going to make a little like a squat kind of thing. And then you're just going to boop. It's a boop. You just stick your butt out. So again, hands to knee, boop. Ow. Yeah. So this next move is called a double heli, and it is exactly like a regular helicopter. You just finish it off with another circle when you're facing the front. So a regular helicopter looks like this. You already know that. So just to review, your baton arm is doing a circle. Your non-baton arm is going up and then back down, and you're spinning. So your left foot goes over your right foot, like so, and your baton arm does a circle. As soon as you're facing the back, your other arm goes up. So I finish, and then it goes up to finish in the front. So when you're facing the front, you're doing a circle. When you're facing the back, your arm goes up. So you're going circle, arm, and around. And a double heli is just circle your arm, and as you're coming to the front again, you're doing another circle. It's very easy. So once again, double heli. The next move is called a hooker pivot, and it looks like this. Have your baton on the ends in your hands, and all you're doing is making a little circle, and at the end of each circle, you're finishing it off with snapping it or leaning it, if you will, towards the side, your right side. So you're gonna pivot twice. Once you're gonna pivot towards the audience, if you will, towards the audience, and then you're gonna point away from the audience. So you're just doing 2 pivots, and your right foot goes out both times. So for the first one, you're going around, point. See how my baton is more angled? See how my baton is more angled to my right than my left? That's what you're kind of doing. So for the first one, you're going 1, and then you're going to keep going the other way, 2, and that's it. And you kind of, when you're doing it, you're pointing your hip towards the direction that you are pointing with your baton. So you're going 1. So the next move is called a hooker swing, and all you're doing is the same thing as a hooker move, except it's at the end of your baton. So now, instead of going with 2 hands on your baton, you're at the end of your baton, holding it, doesn't really matter which end, and your non-baton arm is going to make a little fist like when you're marching. So it's going to make, as you're going around, and it's just kind of going to chill there the whole time, following the motion that your baton arm is doing. So when your baton arm is going to make a swinging motion like this around twice. So as you're doing this, your non-baton arm is going to follow it. So just as we did for the hooker move, so it's going to follow. So as I was doing in the hooker move, when I go to do one side and I kind of lean towards one side, it's going to do the same thing. It's just going to follow all the way around. So it looks like this. And you're doing the same exact thing. All you're doing is your hand is on the end of your baton now. You're going to do one swing motion when you're going to the left. It was one swing going here, and I'm going to do another swing going that way. So same thing. You're just... So the next move is called I Hate Yous, and I think they're very fun. It looks like this. So what your legs are doing is that you start off with your left leg, and you're bouncing the whole time. So I'm bouncing at the same time. You'll get it when you get used to the move. You'll it'll just bounce, it'll just go to you. So your left knee goes up, and you want to keep that at 90 because we're in the marching band, so we stay 90s. So you're at a 90-degree angle, and you're obviously pointing your toe because why wouldn't you? And so your non-baton arm is on your hip this entire time while you're doing this move. So as you're going with your knee up, your baton arm is swinging towards you 1.5 times up, just like it did for bandstand. And you're doing 2 bounces with your right. So you would go, so just remember, so your left knee is going up as you're doing 1.5 with this, and you're bouncing. So you the bounces go with the spins. So I'm going bounce, bounce. As I'm switching, I'm putting my left leg down. My right leg is gonna go up to a point, straight out. I'm kicking it basically. And my baton arm is gonna meet my foot there. And you wanna try and get as high as you can. Obviously, when you're actually hopping, you get more momentum with it and your leg can kick higher. So you wanna make sure you're doing that. So you're up here. And when you're going out, so I'm gonna swing. That was one swing. And now the half swing, I'm meeting my foot. And you wanna go as high as you possibly can because we're peppy and big and it looks really cute. So, okay. So you go up this with your knee up and then swing, point. And you're gonna do the same thing. So now you're gonna go back, up, down, up. It's a 4-count move if you're only doing one of them. So it would look like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that as you're swinging up, your left knee goes up, and as you're swinging down, you're meeting your right leg pointed straight out. And be really peppy and bouncy.